Welcome back to Lesscashmoremash. My name's Tom.
I'm looking at a happy blue cap Mike.
And today we're cracking open a new bottle, even though it doesn't look it, of rare character, cask strength, single barrel, straight bourbon whiskey. So I just want to preface this one with, this is the second rare character we have had where tools need to be implemented in order to get it off. They need to go and get a master class from Maker's Mark on how to make wax that actually comes off without an actual Ginsu knife to try to take it off.
That would be the funniest little review. You're just watching him take wax off the top.
Because the pull tab wasn't there. We had to cut it all off, and it's just a mess. But hopefully the whiskey inside is not a mess. Let's get into the particulars on this one.
Let's go.
So this one right here comes in at a 118.96 proof. It is a 6-year, 6-month whiskey. We got it for $89.99. It was distilled on 6/14/2017. It was bottled in December of 2023. It is distilled and aged in Indiana, and it is bottled by Rare Character Whiskey Company out of Lexington, Kentucky. The mash bill is 60% corn, 36% rye, 4% malted barley, high rye on this one. And this happens to be a store pick that was selected by Yankee Spirits for all of you that were in there. Now, we have had this. That's a good
I don't know if they have any left. That was 2023, I think.
This was at least, I was going to say, a couple years ago. This has been sitting in the sack. Full disclosure on this one. Mike had bought this. He liked it so much the first time, he didn't realize it and bought it the second time. So I know he cracked this on a vacation way back in the day. I don't know if you killed it or not. So he has actually sampled it, but it was so many years ago, he's probably not going to remember it anyways. But
yeah, you would be 100% correct.
With a memory of his, I'm sure he's going to give the exact tasting notes he got 2 years ago. Not only that, so we're going to see on that. It is funny, though, how much we have changed over the years. Like, how much better my nose and palate is, even though it's trash. It's so much better than what we were when we started.
I guess our description is not 100%, no. Are we those connoisseurs that say, yeah, I can smell the root beet and all this other crap? No, we don't. But we can tell you if it's good, it tastes good or not. But
no, I can smell the root beet though.
No, they come up with those guys that are professionals.
Other than the Whiskey Tribe, I know that actually taught people how to do it, and they actually had a box that you could buy that actually you're smelling, so you're gonna get magnolia, or you're like they had like scents, like so you would know.
You have to remember it all.
I understand.
That's the other trick.
That's repetition, though. As long as you keep doing it, that's what
you keep sniffing 45 little things.
But it's what pops into your stupid pea brain. So that's the difference.
Correct.
I can't pick out a magnolia. I don't even know what they smell like. You know what I'm saying? Like I've never smelled one in their life.
I must have. I've
seen it on that movie with the senile guy. Wasn't that the thing? I didn't think I seen the whole movie with something magnolias. They were shooting the birds out of the trees.
Magnolia.
Is that what it was called?
I believe. Yeah,
I don't know. Other than that, like I just picked that word out of the blue.
I hear
you. Unless you've smelled it, like when you said, I've never tasted wheat like off like a barley or something. Like I've never just ate one off the plant. I don't know what it smells like, what it tastes like, or some of the southern fruit. Like when we did the little oranges there, that I didn't even know what it was. I had to look at what it was. Not a kumquat. I wouldn't know what a kumquat smells like. I've never had one. So all right, on to our whiskey review. So unless you've smelt it. What's going to pop into my head is what I recognize, and those are all flavors I don't recognize.
Yeah, fighting in a swamp.
Yep, I recognize that one. But this ain't a bad nose, though.
It's not a bad nose.
Let's kind of get this in the glass.
Get back on track.
Let's do a whiskey review for crying out loud. We're talking about flowers. Trying to get it.
It is amazing how sidetracked we can get in 2 seconds. From we can't open a bottle to. Wow.
That actually has a little something to it, though. Full disclosure, though, that's annoying that you put wax on that people can't get in. Because this is the second bottle. We literally, the other one, it looks like a beaver ate through. This one, I had to cut it and stuff. You know what I mean? Like this
maybe because you shuffled it around so much over there.
No, I never touched it. No, it never had it. Because I looked at. I think it's why I've never grabbed it. Because I'm like, I'm gonna have to fight with this thing. And I don't even want to do that. That wasn't horrible. What have we recently done that was like 115? Oh,
I know this is
Penelope.
That was 112. Wasn't
it was a little bit less.
This is
way hotter.
This is kicking way more than that.
All right. That was my.
That was what? Was that?
It was a couple days ago.
How many years was that?
It was non-age stated, so I don't know, but it was
But it was-
finished.
Oh yeah,
It was
yeah,
finished
yeah,
in,
yeah.
in,
So
in,
I'm
in
not
the
getting.
Pedro
You're not
Jimenez.
getting that
Nope.
flavor.
Nope. All right, let me give you a second sip. You're getting that high-rise spice, though. I mean, this is 36%
Oh, there you
spice, so
go.
you're
Yeah,
getting
yeah,
that
yeah,
Pop
yeah.
Rocky feel
So
for
that's
sure.
yes.
Yes, yes.
But the nose is pretty bourbon-esque,
Mm-hmm.
very caramel-esque.
Mm-hmm. I wanted to relate back to that one because that one drank full-bodied flavor with this one, but this one leaves that Pop Rocky feel, and it's actually peppery, and it's hot, and it's almost spicy, like
Agreed.
it is a proof, but it does have a decent viscosity.
But it is a proof.
It
So it's a combo.
No, I get it, but it's not like it's drinking spicier than that one. But because that one drank more full bodied, and this is more of a proofy leftover. I think that one might have been a little
rye
bit more
leftover.
viscous.
You're not even getting any of the malt out of this one. This is definitely all bourbon land.
I'm just trying to think in my head
I don't
because
know.
we put
I
that
don't
rare
even-
character into a blind like last Sunday or the Sunday before, and I want to say it came in like dead last. And everyone was super impressed with that when I'm like, I don't know, it doesn't have the viscosity. I think this falls off a lot faster than what the Penelope fell off.
You get a pretty good numbness.
I mean, it was only a
so-
few days ago, and it's so hard to do
It
that
is.
way. You get the
They-
proof that stays, but not the amount of flavor that engulfs your mouth and the viscosity and the oiliness.
It is definitely day and night
Yeah.
profile
Okay.
on these.
Kind of brings me what I remember of the Taconic, which was last week. It was like 120 proof. And it was the green bottle that we did. It's right
I'd
over
almost
there.
go higher than 118.
But that's what I'm
the
saying. It
initial
kind of
set.
drinks like that wasn't full-bodied flavor. It was more of the proof that lingered in.
the nose
It
is-
wasn't bad. If we
No,
gave it a
it's-
decent grade, but it's more of a. I'm trying to put this in the same land as, like, say, the Copper and Cask, and I think that would absolutely spank it, though. I think it's less money. I think it engulfs your flavor more. I might have to do one of them. They're a little bit higher proof, but I think this drinks in that proof,
It's
but
definitely
without the
going to
flavor.
be. I don't know if it's really totally lacking in flavor, but
I don't think it has the same concentration of flavor.
you're probably
You know what
right.
I mean? That's all. Like
You're
if you
right.
put this against like say a larceny, I don't think it can hang. I think that is just a darker, richer, thicker, more oily
It's in
sensation.
the price range.
It is. It's it's not that far off the proof.
It's not.
Some of them have been in that range.
But I think proof wise, I think it's gonna drink up there.
It might drink
with that.
spicier, but I don't think it'll hang as long. That's my only thing.
You could be right there. I mean, there is a light residual on your tongue, but it's
Mhm.
not overpowering at all. Like you said, it's not so much here today, gone tomorrow either. It's there, but you got to reach for it. Yes, the one we did, that 112 one that we just did, the Penelope, that did linger.
It sat with flavor, not proof.
without this crackle.
Correct. That's
that was,
my.
That was like a huge ease. That was a simple drinker. I don't even know if I would have even been close to that.
No,
proof.
we would have. I think if we did that, like it drank low hundreds on that one, but it was such a full body flavor.
This one,
I'm not saying this in a negative way. I'm trying to relate
No,
to
I'm
previous ones that we just did that
I'm
where we
bouncing
can
that
kind of
around.
go in with because they're semi fresh in your mind still. I do enjoy this. I thought I just got a green apple on the front of that first sip, which is weird. I don't think I've ever specified like a green apple jumped into my head. I'm gonna try it again.
Heard you say that?
I didn't say it out loud. I was listening to
No,
what
no,
you
no.
said.
I don't believe I've ever heard you
And
say
being
that.
the kind host that we are, I'm trying not to step on you like people say I always do. But I was trying to let you finish your thing. But a green apple popped into my head.
Look how
I don't like
offended I get.
it. I know.
Thanks for feeling sorry for me. You should have grew up with us. It wasn't even us. They him and I are bad.
Yeah.
Should have wait for the master
6
to come
people in the
through.
house. You gotta speak up or you don't get heard. That's all there is to it. You learn to talk over someone just so they
And
listen.
when the sergeant came home,
You shut up and get out of the way.
pretty much we just left.
Yep. Yep. It's a lot,
It's
lot
'cause-
safer that way.
Yeah, one of us was going somewhere
Yeah.
in a direction we didn't really want to go.
Especially if he came home late.
Who did such a thing?
Yeah. So, all right, let me go where I want to be with this. I've thrown in semi-negatives, but I don't mean them in a negative way. I was just trying to compare it mentally off of
The
stuff
nose
that
isn't
we've had
getting stronger
recently.
though. Usually, sometimes it gets more pronounced. It doesn't seem to be gaining anything on for me.
If I have a complaint, and I do because I always do, if
Does
I'm without just relating it to that, if I can go to any of the bangers like we just did, like if I'm going to put this up against a Bernheim or the Bookers or the Copper and Cask, or like even if I got off the Larceny and Elijah's, I think they bring a more full-bodied, thicker texture when you drink it. This one is bringing a decent amount of flavor, but it only thing that hangs on for the most part is the proof. Most of the flavor leaves you.
There's only like kind of oak though. You know, a sweet oak kind of all the way. There's no change in the palate.
Right. I agree with that.
It's kind of like a sweet oak all the way from start to finish for me. And the nose is caramel-esque.
I'm getting some weird little green apple smell, but I don't really get it on the taste.
No, I didn't get any
kind of on the
in initial because I was trying. But
yeah.
And I'm trying to find you green apple, and that ain't jumping out at me either. But
I don't dislike this in any way, and hopefully this opens up to turn into a monster. I agree with your statement. It's there's not a lot of complexity because you're not even going like a heavy caramel to an oak. It's kind of just like that caramel throughout.
It's I have like
a hint of an oak.
I have sweet like a sweet oak kind of. That's all I have. I don't even have like a caramel.
I wanted to do that. I wanted to do that review today too. I forgot that up. I wanted to do that this week. I blew that, but things in my head. You know, I get sidetracked. But I don't know where to go with this one because there's nothing that I don't dislike this in any way. At the price range, though, this doesn't merit being better than a Copper and Cask, a Larceny, or an Elijah, but the price tag does.
I could be easy B for this. I'm not. Do you have to go find these? Because they tend to put these on the top shelf everywhere I go. I just left two. They were. I just left one. I just left one today in Waltham, and there was two up there on the top shelf. It was not this one, obviously, and I don't even think they were store picks, but they were the newer ones out. And I want to say they were $99.
That's what I'm saying. They were always priced up. Let's put this in relation. The Whiskey House one, the Dark Arts. We've done a bunch of different Dark Arts. Some have been finished in different stuff. They seem to bring more for less. In that, and I think
I
that's
kicked myself in the ass that I didn't get the two store picks from Chappie's. But
I'm just trying to think in my head, or even Barrel. Like all the Barrel ones we've done, they did have Barrel there. They seem to do more than less. With like this doesn't
New England Barrel Company.
Well, yeah, we have a couple of them. Those are even good too, though.
No, they were.
Yeah,
so I'm getting your fruitiness now.
It's just It again. It doesn't really transfer to the palate yet, but I mean, it has an okay caramel in the middle. It's almost like a caramel apple. Is kind of what it was.
I don't know if I'd go much higher than this. To be honest, 89. That's. I wouldn't be seeking these if they're behind glass and they're on the top shelf and they're 100 plus. I don't know.
I like your B because I don't know if I can fully recommend. If this doesn't open up and taste more, I think this would get beat by Larceny, Bernheim, and that are all cheaper. Larceny, Bernheim, and Elijah are all less money with more flavor and more availability, and they don't ever put them behind glass. I've seen these for like hundreds.
And you can elaborate because you can still go with Jack Daniels, you can still go to Old Forester.
I didn't even take the bangers. Every one of them would smash it.
I agreed.
Not even a question. And at $89.99, you can get a single barrel Old Forester.
I know.
You know what I mean? And for $65 something, you can get a single barrel proof, which is still one of the best whiskeys on the market today. I still haven't had anything this year that I think can really pound that.
I know. I just throw in because you threw
a
few weeders out here. This is not really a weeder, so I just try to put something else.
I was just going price and flavor.
No,
I think every one of them beat that.
I agree. It's good.
Go high rye. I almost want to put this up against OGD 114. See where it goes. That used to drink spicy too. That's like a 32% rye, I think.
I know we can get a bottle and bond now without having to go to Connecticut because they did have it in Waltham.
Oh, in Massachusetts, I've never seen one up here. The last one we got was from Virginia.
3.
Well, there you go. No, that was from Virginia. I didn't know they finally came up. Can you get the 114 too?
There was no.
Rumor has it people are saying they discontinued the 114. I'll be curious. I
have not seen one of them in a while, other than my bar.
That was Connecticut. That was that's what I'm saying. We used to have to go to Connecticut.
But they had the old. They had the old. I mean, old granddad and the bottle and bond. He had 3 bottle and bond there.
Was it a decent price? I don't think they were.
It was 25.
I was going to say. I wouldn't mind one of them again.
I think it was 20.
This one's solid. I could possibly go up to a B plus with this one.
I was in both, either
Yeah.
or, and the nose is coming around.
It's
more
getting better in a
caramel-esque.
glass the more
And
you do it.
It's not as spiky as it
Correct.
was.
It is mellowing out.
Oh,
it,
we're
it
getting
is,
acclimated to it. So
or it is engulfing it. Like some of the flavors are coming out of it. So this may turn into something better when we actually crack it. This is definitely going to have to go in a line, though. I'm going to have to come up with one with whether I just do price or whether I do proof or a little bit of both. We might have to see. Throw this in against a couple bangers and see where it actually lies out. But we did that with the other rare character we have over there. I think I like this one better. That one was just flat to me. It just didn't bring anything when I did it. And I think it showed in the blind that we did, the red one, that they allocate. That one over there. That one just did, the one with the beaver bites on the top of it to try to get into it. But that one just didn't work. This one I think I'm liking a little bit better. But again, I think I like the tin type that we did the other day.
The what?
The tin type one that you did, the Old Soul.
Oh,
I think might even
that one
hold more.
And or bare knuckles.
I'm developing a blind right now. I like all three of them.
You know, that was
we got a fourth. Boom! Let me find a copper and cask, and we're in. Welcome to Sunday Fun Day. No, I agree with that. That'd be a good one to do.
Because that had a little bit of a kick to it.
Yep, it did.
But I think it
was in that range too.
Flavor.
I think it was like maybe 120, 122, some in that range, and I think both of them had more flavor. But we're gonna see. Well, there you go. If you guys have tried this one, leave a comment down below. Again, I know a lot of people love these, and I want to like this, but for the price, I don't know. I don't think it's. I honestly think I like that Penelope we did the other day. I think it brought more flavor to the table. It really do, and it was cheaper. So
it was cheaper.
Yeah,
and it did have a different flavor.
I did like the finish on it too. So like, I mean,
it was an easier drinker.
100%, 100% on that one for sure.
Yes.
So. All right, we'll keep this one short and sweet. If you guys have tried this one, leave a comment down below. Again, this is a Yankee Spirits one, but I'm sure they do store picks all over the place anyway. So I'll be curious to see what you guys actually think of it. I will have to get this in a blind though and see where it pops up. So there it is. That is the Rare Character Single Barrel Cask Strength Straight Bourbon Whiskey. That's our review. That being said, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Spend less, drink more. Cheers.
Cheers.